Alright my friends, welcome to my new mod showcase Redux. Today we'll be taking a look at the Durgz drugs mod. Now just a disclaimer guys, there's some flashing lights in this video, so if you are prone to seizures, please make sure you do not watch this video. Oh, of course, I'll put another disclaimer before the clip, and please do not watch that clip. But my friends, we'll be taking a look at this right now. Also disclaimer, drugs are not cool. Do not take drugs. Drugs are bad, my friends, and kids stay in school. Going on to the legal drugs, my friends, we have alcohol. And what does alcohol do? Well, it appears to be in this can. And when you drink it, guys, you'll find that you want to talk about Microsoft Excel. But of course, when you do say this, there will be many typos because, well, you are drunk. And your vision will be blurred. You'll seem to move automatically. You'll even do complete 180 rotates. You'll constantly be tacking against your will. And the more you drink, the crazier the effect becomes, and it eventually becomes just so blurry that you can't even see anything. And this is meant to copy the effect in real life where vision appears to be blurry and you do things without knowing that you do them. But the effects are pretty interesting. Next up, my friends, we have Aspirin, which is a pain reliever, and when you do take this, you'll take the whole bottle, and doing so will give you around 50 health, which is good, and then the health will slowly start to dwindle down back to the original state that it was. But of course, if you take more than that, you will indeed overdose and you will die. This is why these drugs should never be used recreationally, because they are bad for you. Next up, my friends, we have cigarettes, which appear to be in this little carton. And when you take them, you'll see a puff of smoke come out, as well as some red text saying, "You smoke, therefore you are cool," as well as you saying in-game, "I am cool." You'll get a slight sharpen effect on the screen, and besides that, nothing really changed. I mean, it's a very minor effect. I guess it's meant to represent that when you smoke cigarettes, it doesn't really change much, except for obviously, you know, your lungs, by the way. But it's a very minor effect in this game. Alright guys, last up on the list of legal drugs. I don't really know if this counts, because technically it's still illegal in most of the states, but in some states it is legal. And that is marijuana, my friends, also known as the cannabis plant, and it is in this little baggie as if you got it off the street or something. And when you take it, you'll get this immense amount of bloom, as well as something saying, "My eyes aren't red, what are you talking about?" in the text. And the bloom is very, very insane, my friends. I'm talking, it's like a giant blinding amount of light just came out of nowhere and just shot right in your face, and that is pretty much what happens. The brightness increases dramatically, you get this slight blurry effect, not as crazy as the alcohol, but still something. You'll also get this strange echoey sound as well. This one actually does affect the sound, almost as if you were in a bathroom. So this one is very, very interesting, a bit more intense than the other ones we've taken a look at. Now my friends, we go into hallucinogens, starting with LSD or lysergic acid diethylamide, and this one appears to be the "I am awesome" face, which of course doesn't look like that in real life. But when you take it, my friends, again you get the insane amount of bloom, and then after a short while you'll see that the colors start to change and the graphics get all pixelated and jarred and torn and messed up and just combobulated. And you'll see certain colors are more prominent than others. You have a magenta color, you have like a cyan blue, and some sort of yellow, and of course white. And all these colors blend together, almost like you're looking at some old 1980s computer monitor. It's very, very weird, my friends, but it's a very, very cool and nutty effect. Next up, my friends, we have mushrooms, which appear to be the Mario mushroom. When you take this one, you'll see that the brightness increases again, but not as insanely as it was before. It's a bit more mild this time. But the biggest thing that changes is the sharpness. Everything gets immensely sharp. Like, I'm talking letting your 5-year-old onto your computer, onto Photoshop, and cranking the sharpness all the way to the max. I'm talking that amount of sharp, my friends. It is very, very, very dramatic. And again, with that bloom and that brightness effect in place. Alright guys, before we take a look at this next one, my friends, a big, 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 big warning here. There's a lot of flashing lights, a lot of neon lights, blinking and flickering in every sort of way you could ever imagine. Please, if you have some kind of tendency to have seizures from these and you get triggered by these, please do not watch this part of the video. When you spawn this one, it appears to be a Mario star, and when you take it, well, as you could imagine, you say, "Hello, my name is Jared and I like football," and you will see that there is a lot of flashing lights, strobing lights of every single color of the spectrum. Mainly the neon lights stand out, and it just gets very, very, very dramatic. Thankfully, the effects do not last long whatsoever. Alright guys, now we're going on to the dangerous drugs, and these are the ones that are really, really, really dangerous. Not that these other ones weren't dangerous, but these ones set the bar high. First up, my friends, is heroin. Heroin appears to be in some kind of syringe, and when you take it, you'll find that your screen starts rapidly flashing red. You have these weird ripply water effects, as well as you saying, "It's in my arm, man. It's in my effing arm." And that's, I mean, you know, kind of obvious why he says that. But also, guys, your health will be depleted to 1, and if you do not take another one of those heroin needles, you will die momentarily. This is the one drug in this pack that you need to take constantly, or else you will die. Next up, guys, we have cocaine, and it appears to be in this white little package, bundled up nicely, and when you take it, well, you'll start to get that same rippling water effect, again with a bit of sharpness at the end of the ripple, also saying my nose is dribbling, can you yada yada yada, and you'll say a bunch of nonsense. But the biggest thing is you'll notice that your speed is dramatically increased. You are Sonic the motherfrickin' Hedgehog, guys. And it gets very, very, very cool. Obviously, this is meant to represent the fact that, well, when you are on cocaine, people tend to be hyperactive and really alert because it does affect and stimulate those parts in the brain. So it's meant to translate that into your speed in Garry's mod, which is an interesting thing to say the least. Alright guys, and next up we have methamphetamine, which is obviously known as meth, and it appears as these blue crystals that appear in this bag. You'll start to see this weird blue shading completely cover your screen, and as well as a pulsing effect, with that same water rippling effect as well, almost like water's running down your screen, and your health will also deplete as well, going all the way down to 33. You'll find that your jumping and your speed seems to be hindered in some way, as well as some kind of crazy echoey effect that can happen as well, similar to how the marijuana effect is as well. Alright guys, now moving on to the last one, we have the most dangerous drug on this list, and that is water. Okay, so obviously water's not a drug, it's more of a chemical, and it's not bad for you. Water is probably the best thing you could have in the world, actually, and I mean, your body's made out of 70% of it, so I can't imagine why. But when you do take water, you'll find that you make this sound of relief, as if something has been cleansed. And this is true because what the water bottle does is it cleanses all the current drug effects that you are currently on. But that will conclude this video, guys. I do hope you guys like this video, and if you like this more professional style, please let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. Also, if you want to leave a suggestion for a future video idea, please do that in the comments as well. If you did like this video, go ahead and subscribe if you want, and if you liked it, again, please leave that like if you want. All my links will be down below for everything that you guys would ever want to see. That includes me or the mods that I showcase. So thank you so much for watching, my friends. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, farewell.